A recent video shows foreigners in China trying out the Huawei Mate 9's remote door opening feature. After several attempts, the doors still wouldn't open, and the sales staff patiently walked them through the process. A car owner recently posted a video filming a Huawei M9 owner practicing the remote door opening function on the side of the road. The owner tried multiple times without success, completely oblivious to the curious stares from passers-by. People shared their thoughts in the video's comment section. Now Huawei is getting more and more low-tech. Their phones just fold, and now their cars are full of gimmicks. What problem does remote door opening actually solve? What's the point of all these flashy features? It looks high-tech, but it's pretty useless. Just like the air swipe feature on the phone, also useless. Why complicate simple things? No normal brand would have these silly functions. Is this supposed to be cutting edge? It's no different from things like automatic toilet seat openers or automatic glass doors. These technologies are everywhere. More and more Chinese users are questioning if domestic cars are losing their way. To add a so-called tech feel, companies are adding flashy designs that don't actually offer much utility, leaving consumers to pay the price. These features only increase the risk of malfunctions and maintenance costs with little real value. Furthermore, Chinese car makers have been heavily promoting their autonomous driving technology as a major selling point, showcasing various real test videos, claiming their systems can safely handle any unexpected situation. But many consumers have paid a heavy price for trusting these claims. On August 6, a Huawei M9 car owner uploaded a video showing the car's smart driving system in action on the highway. The system malfunctioned when a large truck turned ahead and the car continued moving forward, nearly colliding with the truck. The airbags didn't deploy, and the owner said, "The M9 smart driving system didn't fail to brake. It didn't brake at all. There were 2 lives in that car. If I hadn't stepped on the brake, the consequences would have been unimaginable." Someone left a comment saying, "It's supposed to be driver assistance, but it's being called smart driving. The responsibility should be on Huawei." Others pointed out the system's flaws, saying it couldn't determine whether the oncoming vehicle was heading toward or away from them, which caused a delay in braking. There have been several similar incidents with the M9. In October 2024, a crash between an M9 and a large truck in Wuhan resulted in 1 death and 2 injuries. After the crash, the incident quickly became a hot topic online. Car reviewers analyzed that the reason for these accidents was simple. Huawei's top executives, like Yu Chendong, have long claimed that Huawei's smart driving technology is far ahead of others and can free the driver's hands for thousands of kilometers without needing to take over. Chinese automakers, caught in an internal competition that led to a price war, have been cutting corners to reduce costs. This has caused a surge in quality issues, resulting in a severe decline in reputation.
哎呀，我这修个车都修出花来了。
I've never seen anything like this while fixing a car. This is a BYD Chin Plus, and the air conditioner was broken. I thought, just fix the air conditioner. So we removed the compressor and worked on the problem. But when we took it apart, I saw something I've never seen in over 20 years of working in this field. Let me show you. The car is burned out, and it's still smoking. It wasn't burned, it's just reacting. I don't even know what this is. After all these years of fixing cars, I've never seen a compressor like this. The key issue here is that a rag got inside. What is this? And it's still smoking. The smoke just keeps coming out. You blow on it and it stops, but then it comes back. What a smell. And look, the smoke's back again. When it reacts, it turns white. We can't be fixing something toxic, right? Water hits it and it starts smoking. What is this? Is this going to explode? Maybe it's just me. Maybe I haven't seen enough. But has anyone else encountered something like this? What's really going on here?
买车呀，千万不能买这车。
If you're buying a car, don't buy this one, the BYD Han. This is the front bumper. After we took it off, look inside the engine. There's a cover, but it's empty inside. If you were in a traffic accident and the impact hit here, the electric motor would be completely wrecked with no safety measures. Look at this, such a large casing, and inside it's empty. They say this main frame uses an energy-absorbing design to reduce deformation in a crash, but that's just a trick for people who don't know better. It's just plain sheet metal. A car that costs over 200,000 yuan should be made of aluminum, not just iron. Plus, this steel isn't even pure. Look at these gaps. They're yellow and rusty. The main frame even has burrs. The details are really poorly done. And look at the steel, you can't see underneath. It's cheap. They're just cutting corners in places you can't see. It's all flash, no substance. It really gives you that feeling.
比亚迪这个品牌的车型可真不能买啊。
You really shouldn't buy a BYD car. Once you buy it, you'll regret it, especially these SUV models like the Song Plus or Song L. I've had my Song Plus for over 2 months now, and I've already found a problem. The doors make noise, the interior makes noise. Every time I open the door, it squeaks. You can't even touch it. I went to the dealership, and they said they don't know how to fix it. It won't do anything about it.
你看你们这个质量问题，这个方向盘。
Look at your quality issues. The steering wheel. When the weather got too hot, it just melted. Look, I just barely brushed it, and it started peeling off. How are we supposed to handle this?
A recent post shared by a car owner said, I bought a BYD Han for over 200,000 yuan, and after just over a year, the steering wheel started peeling off. The quality is laughable. Even a delivery van is better. Would you still buy one? In the comments, others pointed out the material was poor quality leather, and even real leather would be fine until it's worn out. The real danger, they added, is the formaldehyde chemicals released by such materials. Problems for BYD keep coming. Its Dolphin model has been criticized because dust comes out of its air vents.
比亚迪空调喷粉，最终我也是没躲过。
I couldn't avoid the BYD air conditioning powder issue either. At first, people asked me about it, and I thought, my air conditioning isn't spraying any powder. What's the problem? But then I kept seeing comments asking, does your air conditioner spray powder? And I started to wonder, is this a common issue? Why are so many people asking? So I searched for related videos and saw some owners putting clear tape over their air conditioning vents, and it was covered in white powder. At that point, I felt lucky, thinking my car was fine, but a few months later, I couldn't escape it either. As someone with rhinitis, I even felt like I inhaled it. My nose and throat started to feel uncomfortable. One day, my mom was sitting in the passenger seat and asked, what are these white spots? I told her it was from the air conditioning, and she was shocked. I had seen the videos before, so I was prepared and stayed calm. But now the question is, should I do something about it? Since its launch in August 2021, there have been frequent complaints about the Dolphin model. Consumers report that when the AC is turned on, a large amount of white powder comes out the vents continuously. The powder particles vary in size, and when the defroster is turned on, the car fills with this white powder. BYD issued a statement saying that this issue is caused by an abnormal air conditioning evaporator, and that the white powder, mainly aluminum hydroxide, is harmless to the body. A doctor responded to this claim in a video.
这个呢有点偷换概念。
This is a bit of a misrepresentation. Just because something is harmless when you ingest doesn't mean it's harmless when inhaled. It's simple. Drinking water is good for your health, but if water is accidentally inhaled into your lungs, it could lead to aspiration pneumonia, which is harmful to the body. Also, this powder seems to consist mostly of large particles, so when inhaled, it won't reach the lower respiratory tract. It won't harm the body. Particles larger than 100 ppm are blocked by nose hairs in the cilia in the upper respiratory tract, where they're turned into mucus and coughed out. But smaller particles like PM2.5 can enter the lower respiratory tract and even the alveoli. That's why during personalized monitoring for lung nodules, we measure the PM2.5 levels in the air. The doctor called on car manufacturers to disclose more details about the powder's composition and the exact particle size to reassure consumers. Many Chinese car makers have been falsely advertising their vehicles' air quality, claiming to use environmentally friendly materials. Recently, a woman in Xiangtang exposed this environmental lie after purchasing a new car from a dealership in Zhuzhou. Her husband drove the car for 2 months before being diagnosed with leukemia. Upon testing the car, she found formaldehyde levels exceeding safe limits.
My husband's been driving this car for 2 months. In June, he suddenly found out he had acute leukemia. He had always been healthy before, and this illness started after we bought the car. Out of curiosity, we tested the formaldehyde levels, which have a standard of 0.1. Our test results came back at 0.3.
China's cars are found to have formaldehyde levels far exceeding national standards. Many car manufacturers, looking to cut costs, use poor quality leather, plastics, and glue, leading to dangerously high formaldehyde concentrations. A previous test by Dongche Di found that out of 60 cars exposed to desert heat, only 2 had formaldehyde levels within the standard. The rest had average levels of 2.2 times above the limit, with some models exceeding the limit by as much as 4.5 times. This test highlights a significant gap between the products and performance and their true quality. Occupational health experts have pointed out that formaldehyde can cause acute poisoning and respiratory diseases, including asthma. Long-term exposure may increase the risk of leukemia, though it's not a direct cause. Acute leukemia is typically linked to exposure to benzene-related compounds like benzene, toluene, and xylene. These are commonly found in industries like painting. In today's Chinese auto industry, companies are competing fiercely not only on price and features but also on sales. Recently, BYD's overseas sales figures have been exposed for various forms of fraud. According to Chinese domestic media, BYD's overseas sales exceeded 70,000 units in March 2025, marking an 88.4% increase from the previous year. The BYD Shark pickup truck exceeded 5,000 units in monthly exports, continuing to perform well in Southeast Asia, the Americas, and Oceania, setting new export records. However, car vlogger Wise Financial Little Monkey revealed on social media that BYD's total sales in Europe were under 10,000, with only 6,000 units sold in Brazil, 10,000 in Southeast Asia, and 4,000 in Australia, totals under 35,000 units. But the reported figure for sales was 70,000 units in 1 month, double the actual number. Currently, the Chinese car industry is trapped in a fierce internal competition, where automakers are going to great lengths to stand out. Marketing tactics have become a crucial battleground, with some companies even falsifying export sales data to gain state subsidies. Here's a huge scoop. This is really serious. Right now, domestic cars are doing well in exports, but there's a lot of faking going on. Some news has come out that a certain domestic car company exports cars to Europe, but they ship their display cars to European ports for photos, then send those photos back to China to advertise that their cars have entered Europe. Some companies even turn Middle Eastern orders into European ones. In reality, their actual registrations in Europe are only in the hundreds. The goal is pretty obvious. Order data has led car companies into fake order competitions, where impressive numbers are used to create the illusion of hot-selling products. On August 30th, well-known auto media personality Wu Pei directly criticized the auto industry's fake orders on social media. Car companies are fabricating the over 10,000 orders myth to create the illusion of hot models, generating a sense of urgency among consumers to jump on the bandwagon. Wu Pei stated that some companies had already planned over 10,000 orders marketing campaigns months before their product launches. Everyone knows this, but no one is willing to name names. These flashy order numbers may look like market prosperity, but they reveal the hidden truth of the industry's order games. Wu Pei warned buyers to be cautious of market traps and urged them to focus on actual registration data for more accurate information. Meanwhile, former Avida Technology Vice President Li Pengchen shared on his social media that, based on unofficial data, the number of small orders for Chinese passenger cars has surpassed 50 million units this year, with 80% of those orders made within 72 hours of a new car's release. Considering that national car retail sales were just over 30 million units last year, and retail sales this year reached about 14.7 million by August, these figures seem highly exaggerated. It almost implies that everyone who can't drive has placed an order. To understand the fake orders in the car industry, it's important to distinguish between small orders and big orders. Small orders typically involve a small prepayment from consumers, ranging from 2,000 to 5,000 yuan, or sometimes even less than 1,000 yuan, and can be refunded at any time. For car manufacturers, these serve as a tool to show market confidence, displaying initial enthusiasm to investors, media, and potential buyers. However, because of the low entry threshold, the value of small order data is questionable. Big orders are the real purchase commitments, where consumers choose the model, sign formal contracts, and pay a non-refundable deposit of 10,000 to 20,000 yuan. Car companies use these orders to schedule production, but even with big orders, consumers may still have 1 to 3 days to cancel. So even when the data shows big orders breaking tens of thousands, there's still some inflated information. The true conversion rate needs time to settle, and the final registration data represents real sales. Industry insiders have revealed that professional teams offer full market packages to car manufacturers, including organizing internal employees and dealership partners to place orders and later cancel them, hiring online influencers to create a hot sales atmosphere, and even preparing fake order screenshots months in advance. These tactics are used to influence the market through media manipulation, misleading consumers in the process. This culture has emerged under significant pressure. If a company doesn't have the same order volume as competitors, consumers may perceive the product as inferior, affecting both sales and survival. As a result, many companies are inflating their hot product numbers, even when the real data is less impressive. For example, when NIO's Lidao L60 was launched, Chairman Li Bin and President Ai Tie-cheng shouted, "Orders are exploding," but in reality, the sales were disappointing, and the car became the target of online ridicule, earning NIO the nickname King of Empty Words. Wu Pei, Li Pengchen, and others have exposed the false prosperity of China's car industry. New car launches have become digital spectacles, while actual sales numbers are hidden. This strategy not only violates business integrity, but also creates an artificial market bubble. For consumers, being misled by fake order data could lead to impulse buying, followed by long waits, products that don't meet expectations, and even vehicle depreciation. When consumers realize they've been misled, their trust in domestic cars may crumble.